Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Here with a bit of a news feature, I guess. I regularly take a look at any articles that focus on special needs, disabilities, process changes, government changes that impact onto those themes, things that might be of a practical nature, and just see what's out there. So I thought periodically what I'll do is just a video to go through, as you can see in this case, hopefully, if the screen shares works, just 3 articles I've currently got in my saved stories list. So we'll get stuck in and we'll see what they're about. So the first one I found was an interesting one. I'll be honest, it wasn't something I'd even heard of, this RADAR, so the Royal Association of Disability and Rehabilitation. And apparently within the UK there are, as you can see from the headline, more than 10,000 disabled toilets that can be accessed with a key. So that's the RADAR key. Looks like, apologies, there'll be adverts and things I think that pop up, so ignore the BMW stuff. But reading it, it looks like, for a mere £6, individuals living with disabilities can unlock one of these 10,000 toilets nationwide. It's run by RADAR, and they seem to be all over the place. But train stations, cafes, supermarkets, airports, etc. £5.40, excluding VAT, and £6 if it was to be VAT eligible, such as in the example they use, if it was a purchase for a care home. So I mean, when we go out and about, quite often there are disabled toilets in in most places, to be fair, but they are typically locked. I mean, I think of a recent example, we were up in London, had an appointment with Great Ormond Street, and there was a Starbucks nearby, and we just needed to change Finn, and the door was locked, so we chat with the staff, and obviously they opened it for us. But I'm assuming this is obviously the ones we're talking about here are probably in more public places, train stations, etc. But I thought it's quite a good thing, something which I've now got, excuse the pun, on my radar. If we go out and about, then by planning ahead. And there is a website for RADAR, which you probably just Google, and it will come up with, and then you can it brings up a map, and then you can select RADAR disabled toilets, and it will tell you where they are, in your area, or whatever postcode or town, street that you choose to search for. So I thought it was good, just a bit of, like I say, a bit of knowledge that was new to me. There's a bit further there around, am I able to use the RADAR key abroad? So sadly it doesn't extend beyond the UK borders. There seems to be like a European equivalent or something similar. So they've got a scheme, Euro key, a bit more of a pricier endeavour, probably less relevant to people unless you're doing a lot of travelling. Then the UK one would think would suffice. But that's the first article. I gave that a bit of a thumbs up. Very different now, and the 3 articles I picked are of a very different nature, just to try and bring a bit of variety in. So this has got a nice little story here about a family farm that's been helping SEN children for quite some time. I think it's launched in 1966 in Berkswell, which is near Solihull. My geography is abysmal, but near Solihull. Husband and wife team, they've been running it since 2019, and it looks like they've got permission, they've got the way forward, the green light to have like an all-weather building for this family farm. Spencer's Lane based farm become vital over the years for people in the community with autism and additional needs. It's a temporary marquee, but wind damage and all the rest of it. yeah, prompted them to come up with something a bit more permanent, a bit more stable, and appropriate facilities. So yeah, I think that's a nice thing. Goes on to talk about the picture there of their current setup, but it looks like they offer 3 2.5 hour sessions a day, May to September. And it's a bit seasonal within the winter. There's a couple of sessions presumably per day as well. Cater for up to 20 people in the group, or as little as 2 or 3 people. So it sounds fantastic. I'd be, if something was like that around here, I'd be biting their hands off and getting involved with that. Yeah, cool little picture. But yeah, fair play to them. I think it's great. What a super idea, and yeah, awesome that they have more permanent dwellings so they can cater with all seasons. So yeah, great stuff. Really nice story that. I'll give that one a like. And then this one was good, not too high level, but equally not too detailed. So this was an article in the Telegraph, and yeah, it's how to get an EHCP sorted for your child, and it goes into the what, the who, the where. It talks about what is an EHCP, legal document designed to ensure children and young people with additional needs can access education, legally binding, which gives it a bit of leverage, a bit of oomph. What do you need to apply for it? I think we'll cover this on a separate video, which I haven't long released. But in order to get an EHCP, you don't need a formal diagnosis. It's purely, as you can see here, based purely on the the need, as opposed to the what, the why, the root cause, which is the diagnosis. What does it cover? Your child's special educational needs, the support that they require, the classroom, therapeutic approaches, adapted curriculum, health needs, social care needs, and then probably most importantly, the outcomes are something that's very smart, specific, measurable, etc. And that can be, or is referred to periodically as part of the reviews to make sure that they're on track. So that's really important. They get reviewed every year. It's quite a process, and then it goes into how do you get it. So contact with your local authority. You can pause if you want. I'm not going to dissect paragraph by paragraph, but pause if you want to get into a bit more detail with what I'm sharing. Obviously, once the application's in, you have to go through the assessment. Wait for the response. It's got 16 weeks here, which I think is a bit blooming optimistic. I think from what we've seen, and from speaking with others, I think that's if it came in at 16 weeks, that would be a result. And then based on if there's the qualification and eligibility, so your local authority then drafts the EHCP, and it goes from there. Some good little tips there. Some of it fairly self-explanatory, but certainly no harm in having a bit of a checklist, I guess. But making sure you document everything, ensuring the school is involved. Getting witness statements and input from specialist professionals that you may have dealt with or are dealing with. There is local support, and I've spoken about SendES before. And there is, if you go to, I think I'd attached it on a previous link, but you can search to work out, just Google it, you can work out what your local SendES or who your local SendES is, how to get in touch. Know your legal rights, and don't give up, be really, and this is probably a bit of a given, unfortunately, it shouldn't be the case, but there's that real need just to be really persistent and just on the case and chase and push stuff through, and just don't give in, that's for sure. And then the benefits we've touched on before, it's legally protected, you get the action plan in place. So I thought that was a cool article. Like I said, just probably sufficient level of detail, but if you want to go through it at your leisure, then obviously just freeze this video, and that's got a like as well. And that's it. I hope it's been of use. I tried to pick, like I said, 3 slightly different videos. I'll do this like periodically. If there's things which I think might be of interest and worth sharing, then this could be a good outlet to do it. Yeah, if any of those are kind of relevant to you, of interest, if you're keen to learn about perhaps some other topics, then yeah, please let me know in the comments. And what I'll do is, as I'm doing my normal review of what's in the papers and what's online in terms of news, I'll make sure that I capture some of those items and then play them back to you. So yeah, cheers as always. If you haven't done so already, would love a subscribe, free to do, and yeah, it just helps our little channel grow. And if you get the chance to share one of our videos or the channel details with someone who you think may be of relevance to them, might kind of support, join this mini me network, that would be fantastic. I'll leave you to it. Thanks very much. Cheers.